Lori, let's move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
on another aspect of Russia which Kurdistan is interested in, General Votel said Tuesday that Russia plays both fireman and arsonist in Syria. Is that a position you would agree with?
Yes, I mean, I think I've been pretty clear, as has the Secretary, about Russia's responsibility in Syria. Russia has a responsibility to stop Syria and to stop aiding Syria in attacking its own people. We look at the situation in eastern Ghouta today, since there was the UN ceasefire that was voted upon unanimously on Saturday. On Saturday. And the fighting continues. They are continuing to kill innocent civilians. We have seen more than 100 people die since Saturday alone. This ceasefire is clearly not working. Russia has called for these joke-like humanitarian corridors. Russia needs to just do what the United Nations had agreed to and voted on, and that is a countrywide ceasefire. This is not working. Russia's responsible for this in part because they continue to train and equip and work with the Syrian government. We've been watching that very carefully. It's a tremendous concern of the U.S. government.
And he said that there needs to be more pressure on Russia to, do the right thing in Syria. Are you thinking of anything now that would constitute pressure on Syria that General Votel said was necessary?
In terms of pressuring Syria or in terms of pressuring Russia? We are having conversations with the Russian government. I can tell you that. The United Nations is having a series of meetings where they're talking with other countries, like-minded countries, on exactly what is going on in Syria right now. You recall the Secretary signed on to the chemical weapons program that France put together about a month ago or so. They are expected to hold their next round of conversations sometime in March, sometime later this month. So there are a lot of different ways that we are keeping a close eye on this. What we do, I've said this before out of this building, is diplomacy. We will continue to reach out to many like-minded countries. Let me remind you of the 15 countries that signed on to the ceasefire resolution over the weekend. We're having lots of conversations with those countries that share our concerns.
Thank you. If I could just ask you about Iraq, the Parliament passed a resolution.
Hold on. Let's stick with anything related to.
You mentioned something
hold on.
About a joke
Excuse me.
humanitarian corridor, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about that.
So
let's stick on Syria for right now.
You're saying that the ceasefire is not holding?
I think I just said the ceasefire is clearly not working. Yes,
the Turks have, for 2 days running, said that you should read the resolution, and they've rejected your interpretation.
Okay,
you have a comment on that?
Let me go back and read the resolution one more time. I think I was pretty clear, and I think you all understood it as well, that the resolution calls for, and this is the UN resolution, it affirms that the cessation of hostilities shall not apply to military operations against the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, also known as Daesh, Al-Qaeda and Al-Nusra Front, and that other individuals, groups, undertakings, and entities associated with Al-Qaeda, ISIL, and other terrorist groups as designated by the Security Council. So I think that the United Nations and the resolution is pretty clear, and that speaks for itself.